Good morning, everyone. I am off from work. As you can see, I had both my side windows cracked, so they're clear, but creeper a little bit. But that's what our windshield looks like right now. More than likely because I have the sunshade up at night. But well, here's my plan. Once this defrosts, go into my gym. I'm gonna get a really good hot shower in, change into my sweats, come out, gather up all my clothes, and I'm just doing my clothes and that mat that I've been cooking on top of, which is really what's supposed to be the cat's mat, washing all that so I have clean clothes. The cats need dry cat food. I haven't decided where I'm going to go. I don't think I'm going back where I went yesterday. Let me go to, I think we might go to a different Walmart spot to get the dry cat food. I need to find my tool. I at least want to disconnect the solar panels and the batteries from a charge controller and give it 10 minutes and hook the stuff up, which is not the easiest task to do because that left back door doesn't open anymore because that rod broke, if you guys recall. Because right now, unless something's changed, it's showing 100% with no discharge, which means it's locked up. It would be nice if that's what fixed it, because if not, the other option, which I don't know if will fix it, but you're supposed to disconnect it from solar and just completely discharge it all the way down to at least 15% or something. Basically when it kind of does an auto shut off kind of thing. Yeah, so I mean, I don't have anything hooked up and running right now either, but I don't know if you guys can see, but 100%. It's on standby. I was kind of hoping it would fix itself. Okay, headed to the gym. Made it to Planet Fitness. Looks like that Ford that hauls the trailer is a few parking lots over this time. And this thing's got its engine running. It's kind of cool looking. Looks like they might have maybe painted it themselves. I don't know. Anyway, it wasn't quite as cold last night as it was previously, so I didn't have to run the heater until I came in for lunch. And I ran the heater, fed the cats, only took a 30-minute lunch because it was kind of crazy and I'm trying to get as much money as I can. So the sun's out today. It looks like the day won't be quite as cold. I think we're going to hit like the mid 40s, which is not bad, especially when the sun starts hitting the van. Let me go inside and get my shower, and by about that time the laundromat will be open, so that'll work out. And I'm going to do some editing because I have found that Pizza Hut Wi-Fi is really good. Be back. All done with the showering. I would go straight to the laundromat since it's right here, but I gotta go across the street because I forgot I used the last of my laundry tabs last time. So, and there are a lot of ice spots, even though it's nice and sunny and it's melting pretty fast. You can see where they put some salt down too, which is nice for most things. I just don't want it on my vehicle. But I need to get some laundry tabs, then we'll go do some laundry. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day, which is always good for the van. Happy's a little bit mad at me. She tried to make a dash for the cab when I was getting my laundry together and I wouldn't let her. So when she gets really worked up, she almost makes no sound all the time. When she gets really worked up, she just looks at you one time and gives like a real loud squall, like, you know, screw you, dude, kind of thing. So, all right, let me see here. Got a car coming straight at me. That's interesting. right here. I would say, you know, oh, we're gonna get plenty of sun for our solar, but as soon as I get this laundry going, I'm probably gonna try to crawl up in here and unhook my solar. I really do hope that's not a mistake. I really don't know how much longer we got this place. I know we're getting ready to go into February. I think they said March is when this place is closing its doors. I don't see much of a change other than when Aldi took over, they shut down the pharmacy, but that's been a while. Kind of looks like business as usual right now. Quiet, but I mean, it is a weekday. Alright, let's find this detergent. There we go. Looks like I got the last one. This is their trial size, $5.49. Good for me, because I always come and grab another pack when I need it. Usually I would get it at Walmart since I get a discount, but this is the second time I bought this trial pack, so maybe not. Houdini did it again. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, don't go escaping across the top. Look what you tore up. She did it again. I've got to come up with something. I just don't have a... My plate's getting a little full, and my energy levels are getting a little low since I'm working every day. She doesn't give up. Alright, I'm not sticking around here, and I'm not going back to my usual spot right now. So, let's get out of here. This is the first time in a while I've chosen to take this route, and of course there's construction that I didn't know about. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Oh, it's quite an incline. The reason I took this route is so you guys can see up there on the left there. That's Vulcan Park, God of the Forge. Sometime on one of our early morning days, we'll come and stop here. There's a little walking trail that's free. But they have a nice museum up here. They restored it a few years ago, many years ago now. It was a bit of an undertaking. Basically, they had to take them down one piece at a time because he was rusting and falling apart. The history of Vulcan is very interesting. But the company that was going to work on it was, I think, down south or something like that. So it was a big thing. It was all over the news for us locally, where they were taking him, cutting him down in pieces and transporting him. Restored everything to his original look, because when he was up there, he had a hammer But prior to that, when he first went up, he had a spear, so they gave him his spear back. There's a lot to it. I'll probably do a video on it at some point. Vulcan Park 1938 is what the sign over here says. And we're right near the NBC station, which I've been to a couple times. But let me know if you guys want to do that. These are the kind of things I want to do, especially because I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in Alabama, especially Birmingham, you know, too much longer. So there's a few places that I'd like to take you guys to if you're interested, and those will ideally be a better, more thought out video. But Vulcan Park is one of them. Railroad Park's another one. Sidewalk Film is another one. Maybe even the Sidewalk Film Festival, but I don't know. I'm not big on crazy amounts of crowds anymore. Birmingham Museum of Art, Civil Rights Institute. Of course, we got our newly built Uptown. We got the Coca-Cola Amphitheater. We got the BJCC, where we have our plays and our hockey games and things like that. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing around Birmingham. And of course, you know, I'm eventually going to start taking you guys around to eat with me a little more as things get handled. That's what I like doing. I like driving around and trying different places, or going to some of my favorite places and just getting a meal. I don't even need to go inside. I can get takeout and sit in the van and just eat and show it to you. I like that stuff. Let me know what you guys like. Kind of the back way to get where I'm going. I know my windows are dirty and everything, so it's not one of the best ways to do it, but it's been a while since I've seen old Vulcan, so I do appreciate seeing it. Here we are. This is the Walmart. I guess they're calling it the Birmingham Market, but you know, I think when they first came out, they were known as neighborhood markets. Now they're just putting the names in the places they're at. So this is the Birmingham Market, Walmart Birmingham Market, whatever you call it. I still get my 10% off here. That's why we're here. I am actually going to park on the far end of this lot because I want to clean out the back of the van, because I want to, well, not really clean out the back of the van. I do have to clean up the van, don't get me wrong, but it's really, I might do, man, I really wish that BMS would just magically work on its own, but I might do the, I'm for sure going to unhook the solar panels and see if anything happens. If I unhook the solar panels and the battery starts showing that, you know, it's not at 100%, then we're okay. It's just the solar panels are really efficient right now. I don't know, but anyway, talk to you later. I'm guessing this is not the place to boondock. Just got my stuff at Walmart, and this is what I came out to. This guy was parked at the very front of the store when I came in. Yeah. He was, not that it's not his job or anything, don't get me wrong, but he was sitting in his car. He'd beeline straight. I wasn't even in there 5 minutes, so he'd beeline straight and parked right in front of the van. And when he saw me recording, he kind of looked. And then when I jumped in the van, he strolled, like everybody likes to do. They go behind the van, but you know, he's already pulled off, but you know, got the backup camera, so nothing wrong. Just guess I don't get to hang out. I wasn't going to hang out here. I was wanting to clean out by the litter box and stuff like that, because I need it to be warm like this while I clean it. And I thought This might be the spot since there's almost nothing going on this far out in the parking lot. Find another spot. I know where we're going. We'll see how that works out. So I got the cat's cat food. I just got a small bag for right now, just because I'm only moving stuff around, and the big bag gets a little cumbersome right now since I don't have everything laid out the way I want yet. And if I get any condensation, I'm pretty sure the cat food doesn't really get wet, but I'm sure the condensation probably gives a little, you know, mildewy or something that the cats don't like. So I'm, you know, try to keep their stuff as fresh as I can. I did forget to get Windex, which is one of the things I wanted to get in there, but it's not like I don't have a billion chances since I go into my own Walmart every freaking day. All right, hopefully we can go where I'm going here without any issues. I know they've had some complaints about transients, you know, getting, I guess, hostile with people there. The city, though, I think it looks better in real life, but I do like this city. But I'm just hoping they don't, you know, chase me off or whatever. I also hope that, you know, we had that very sketchy interaction. My camera wasn't running at the time, but it was up on a little tripod stand that I had before. So I think that's kind of the only thing that saved me. But I had a sketchy interaction that time, that video where I was making the grilled ham and cheese out in the middle of the place we're going. But other than that, this should be a good spot. I might even chill here for a bit. Oh dear. So I can never tell if these guys are just like workers or they're like groundskeepers for this place. All right, we're at this park. It's fairly empty during the day as far as the parking lot. There's an Aspire vehicle and one other car that I think maybe someone's living in. It's kind of adjacent to a slightly nice neighborhood on the other side of this park, but there's a lot of, there were, at least last time we were here, a lot of homeless that hang out on one of the benches and stuff. They mostly keep to themselves. I just had an incident where, you know, a guy was friendly, but then he started seeming like he was casing my stuff out and started walking up a little too close to my van for comfort for someone I didn't invite and I didn't know. Well, it's actually a pretty nice day. It's not that cold outside. It's not very breezy. So I need to find a different option for this. Happy doesn't like being closed in that much anyway. The only thing that I would hate is, which this thing needs cleaned really bad. I meant to clean it and that mat I was telling you about today, but we'll do that next week. But you know, they lay across the top. So I want to do something where, forgive the mess, I've been trying to get some stuff done, but I want to do something where the countertop thing goes all the way across here, so they can come and lay across the top, but the only way to get down, which I'm cleaning right now, to the litter box would be underneath. And I'm going to make it kind of a tunnel where I'm going to do something like this, and I'm going to do something a little bit easier for me to clean under here too. So they'll come through here to the litter box, and everything else will be closed off to them. So they can come through the bottom, out, they can jump on the bed, they can go through the common area. Right now they're running through to the front of the van. Yeah, I've started scrubbing it down with my multi-purpose 409 and my scrubber, and getting rid of some trash, scrubbing with that, and my shop vac. So, and this is about getting close to my stopping point though, just because, and keep in mind, some of the stuff you see is stuff that was already here. Like, it looks like they're, but they don't come up. They never have. You know, they get kind of wet like this when you scrub them, and then they'll dry right back up. So that was just how the handyman van was given to me. I disconnected the solar panels because the charge controller was still reading that it was getting solar and that we were at 100% on battery. Which, I mean, we could be 100%, but we weren't getting sun all day, but it's not showing any discharge, and that's the problem I'm having. But the problem is, you know, we're working every day, and it's almost noon. I haven't eaten yet. I want to heat my soup up and eat it, and I got to get some sleep. So this is going to be the stopping point for today. Honestly, this spot works out pretty good, because that's the van, and there's like no one really around me. Now where I'm parked is where people come kind of in and out on the other end here, but no one really looky-looed. They just let me be. I ran the shop vac, I ran the scrubber. As long as I'm here, I think on a weekday during the day like this, I don't think it's so bad. None of my noise is hitting anybody else. There's a bus behind me with their engine running, so they're louder than I am. I just don't have time. Right now I've got the AC running, hooked up to the batteries with the solar unhooked, so that's draining the batteries. I'm scared, I'm not even gonna lie. I know that's what they're saying you're supposed to do, is drain the batteries and then start and charge them back up, but you know, it's really my only way to charge things. I mean, heat wise I'm good, but I got my Jackery that I can, you know, keep using at work or whatever, but I'm hoping we run it down. I'm hoping the solar can start charging it back up, and I hope that fixes the issue. And then I'm not sure what to do. Taking advantage of this empty park and heating my soup up real quick. I gotta be careful because this thing's pretty slidey, but I shouldn't get as much condensation with my door open, so I'm trying to do that. BMO's on the bed, Grayble's under the bed. Happy's enjoying the sun. Thought Waddles was enjoying the sun, but oh, there he is. Little stinkers on my jacket. It feels real good right now, and I have the side door open right now. I do plan building a little something here so I can open this door and they can look out, but they can't get out. I have a plan. It won't cost a lot. I like the idea of it. You'll see fairly soon. One thing I know I do need to get is like a trivet or something like that I can put my hot pot on while it's on the table. That's the one problem I have right now. I mean, right now I have a plastic table, so I definitely don't want anything too crazy. Well, it does seem like I got those batteries fixed. This was a really good spot because the cats went to the cab, so I was able to open up the back doors while I was working on stuff, and basically running the fans, it kind of dried up a lot of stuff that was kind of dampish. I could really use doing this again, but I'm about to pull out. I want to go park by the gym today because I want to make sure I go in and get another shower in before I go to work, and it's already after my bedtime, so I'm going to finish up eating some soup, and then I'm going to migrate down there. It's about a little after noon. I'm probably going to pull out about 1, that way lunch hour traffic's done. But honestly, it's been productive, right? I went to the gym and got my shower, got some laundry done, forgot to do the mat. The mat and the cat bed are two things that really need to be done, and I might even go back in tomorrow morning and take care of that. And batteries, solar stuff's handled. I already got the solar hooked back up. Cleaned underneath the bed a little bit. Got kind of a game plan on how I want to do stopping the cats from going any further. I've got some good ideas. It's just hard because working every day and trying to figure stuff out and being tired makes it hard. Gotta work it to make the money to even get close to what I want to do. Got to not work to make enough time to have the energy to do what I want to do. So right now I count today as a win. Solar issue seems to be handled. At least I see discharging happening on the app. Catch up with you later. It's after 1 o'clock. I just chilled and scrolled on my phone so the cats can enjoy themselves, because I put some catnip down on their towel on the floor so they could play around with that, and they were enjoying all the sun that they're getting right now. So I took the shade off the side window and just chilled. I laid in the bed while they enjoyed running around in the van and everything, and they all took their turns coming and hanging out with me, but they had a really good time. But I want to get back over to the gym side of town before school lets out and I get in that traffic, and I can't sleep here anyway, right? Because this park will be closed at sundown. So time to migrate. It was a good time. I think I want to come back here very soon if the vibe's like this. There's a lot of, transient people walking around, and I can see them when I have my camera up that they're walking around. I need to do something as far as a camera system I can view from the back that runs off my lithium, because nothing major. I just like to know when people are poking around my van. Well, let's pull out. This was a good day. Be good. Be good. And away we go. There's that cool storyteller fountain that I like so much. From good old Planet Fitness. The cats and I had a good time. I know they're still going to want to come up to the front, but it's bedtime. I think once they see me go, lights out in bed, I think they'll all, pretty much chill out. They've got some catnip in them as well, so usually after the high of the catnip has hit, they start mellowing out. Once I get the van done a little bit more, I'm hoping to have little points to just magnet my phone wherever I want, and we'll have more shots of the cats enjoying themselves instead of me always just conveying stories about what the cats are doing. But it was a good day. Finished off my soup, which is a little bit more than I should have had probably. Got the laundry done. Got my gym bag packed to go inside and take my shower when it's time to go to work. Feels good to be clean after work. I really do like cleaning up after work and before I go to bed like this. But I will talk to you in a little bit.
Possible for me because I want to stay stealth, and that's the top priority. But when I saw this, I was like, this fixes that problem, because not only does it fold down so small, but in a few minutes, and I can do it by myself, which I'm a solo person, so having to get an awning up.
Good evening, everybody. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm still at Planet Fitness. I'm about to go inside, take my shower, then head over for work. So I'll catch up with you shortly. Back from the shower, used the facilities, showered, brushed my teeth, did all the things, little tea tree oil, little moisturizer, and it is 9:26, so we better hustle. Yeah, it's weird, like this sign, something must have happened. It's completely gone. but they had just put the Wingstop sign on it, so I don't know if something happened from the ice or if they just finally decided that they're going to put a new sign up for the new fiscal year. I need my heater to heat up the bottle to see where I'm at, because we might actually be out of propane today. I had it running for a couple hours, because once it hit about 6 o'clock it got really cold, and it kicked off at about 8. But it was really cold in the cab, like, you know, when the temperature dropped, so the bottle not having that much propane and getting cold might have just choked it out. Either way, I think tomorrow is probably the last day for this propane, but we'll see. I keep saying that. Right now the gauge is on red, but I mean the bottle was cold, so get this thing running warm. I probably won't be able to check it till my lunchtime, which I'm going to see if I can't cut my lunchtime short again. Trying to make as much money as we can, folks. All right, everyone, it's that time again. Working every day since December. Going to be going inside. My phones need charged anyway, because I was a little worried about the lithium. I never plugged them in earlier today, so I need to charge my phones, get my gear ready, and I'm not sure who's going to show up. Today is the day that I would normally work, even though technically on the schedule I'm not on the schedule, but that usually means there's a day that 2 of the other more reliable guys are off. But a lot of times when overtime's approved, each one will take one or the other. So one guy will take a Wednesday, another guy will take a Thursday. They had been talking about coming in both, but one of them, he's kind of been coming in every day for the last couple weeks, and he's burnt out, you know. He doesn't live in a van, so he has quite the commute, and he doesn't have a car right now, so he has to take lifts or get rides off of other employees. That's a little bit more stressful and mentally fatiguing. I love having him here, because when he's here, that means he can do pretty much everything that I don't do, so we complement each other well. At the same time, he's got 2 younger kids, and you know, they've been complaining they haven't seen him that much, and he just really needs a reset. Like, if you think I'm spent, he's really spent. He'll walk around kind of like a zombie. Always in a good mood, though. All right, everyone. I think we were slightly productive today, so it's been a good day. And I hope you've had a good day as well. And until next time, this is your old pal, Hannibal the Vanable, signing off.